Hello, folks. Happy Sunday. This is it. Cedric, hello. Jacket, Oliver, also here. Greetings. No peppy intro today. I will pep up, but I don't know. Jeez, it's the moment we've all been waiting for, so to speak. Playing Phantasmagoria. This is our third session. Hail British. And we are starting with Chapter 4 of Phantasmagoria. So if you know, you know, and if you don't, well, I'm about to tell you. Content warning for sexual assault. Yeah, this is a controversial part of this game. I have read briefly some of Roberta Williams' own commentary on the inclusion of this scene and why she thought it was necessary. Who knows? I don't know. But we'll take it as it comes. And then it'll be over. So if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching it right now on Twitch, and from what I understand, not terribly explicit scene of intimate partner sexual violence could be, notably troubling to you. I think you probably want to, if you're watching on YouTube, there's a chapter break. Just click the one that says you're safe now. If you're watching live, maybe you want to, go and take a walk or something. And join us again in 15 minutes. I think we'll be done by then, but I would like to leave a buffer. Without any further ado, let's launch the game. Just because of, well, everything about the subject matter, I want to be very careful with any commentary I make here. I will say that I don't think. How's the volume before we get started? OBS updated, and so the volume bars are different. Like, not, they look a little different, but probably the more important thing is that the scale is like, it's all the same markers on the scale, but they've changed the scale. So I don't have the same obvious visual reference. Seems pretty low. Yeah, it looks low. So, okay. And now this is actually a lower part of the. That seems like it's getting to a good spot when the chanting starts. Thank you, Cedric. Yeah. I do not believe that, art should never portray. I don't know if there's any topic that should be off limits for art, but there are some topics that I think need to be treated with great caution and sensitivity, and often just probably aren't necessary. This might be one of those. Okay, I'm starting to realize that I'm getting into the song, and I want to stay. Okay, here we go. Friday, October 21st, 7 a.m.
Leave me alone.
Oh my. Okay. Let's solve some inventory puzzles now. Jeez. Very happily updating the bookmark. All right. Jeez. Yeah. I don't know that I have anything observant to say right now, except that, no, I got nothing. That was troubling. I will have to. I know that I saw it recently. I read it recently, so it's extant. I will try to find it and share it in the Discord after we conclude here. The some of the thrust of it was just that she thought that it was, part of portraying how their relationship was being poisoned by whatever is happening to Dawn. And I can kind of see how that intent comes through in the scene, because it's not a matter of him. It's they have commenced something consensual before. I'm not being metaphorical when I say this, because I do not buy into the, ideas of men just not being able to help themselves. But prior to the demon inside of Dawn taking control of him.
What is this thing?
But yeah, that's quite a thing to just kind of drop in as a standalone scene. It certainly does portray the relationship being infected, but yeah. And I guess, like, in some ways, like, that's probably what the experience for Adrienne is, you wake up the next day and you're still in your life. I don't know. Hey, Pattern Blue. Yeah. Well, welcome. My goodness. Yeah, you missed that scene. Although suffice to say, I think knowing that it was that scene is probably all the context you need. Because I don't think it really served to do anything other than to say, like, hey, Dawn is really, really changed now. Yeah. There's some... I don't know. There's probably some level of... No, I don't want to be in this bathroom right now. some level. What am I trying to say here? I can't remember. No, I don't know. I don't think I have any wise. I don't have any insight to add right now. I don't think to the experience. Still just have the miasma in here. I suspect I need to just go downstairs or into town or something to achieve whatever inciting incident will get this chapter moving plot-wise. Ooh. Dawn's door not interactable. Oops, went back up the stairs. I'll still go in the various rooms on the way down, but something I'll say is that I do think this game, the writing in this story, does a good job. Hey, something's afoot over here. I think Harold Bloom, the late professor, scholar, critic of literature, and I'm probably interpreting his meaning wrong, but he referred to a concept when talking about Shakespeare's plays called foregrounding, which is sort of not telling you the backstory of the characters, but through what is happening now, allowing you.
Your room. Where did you get it?
Why, Zoltan, what do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Gaston gave it to you, didn't he?
No, I bought it when we were in London last month.
I'm not a fool, Marie. I've been watching. When he looks at you, you smile and blush. And he's always hovering around you backstage.
But you're wrong, Zoltan. He's just a friend, that's all.
I don't want him here tomorrow night.
But he's your prop man. He has a right to be at your party. Please, don't accuse me of this. Believe me, Zoltan. I love you. Only you.
I want to believe you. I do.
What the?
I don't know that I would like. Certainly at this point, I'm not ready to say, yeah, the scene is justified or not or anything. But when you consider the specific guy who is possessing Dawn, as far as I can tell, there is a thematic consistency with the rage and possessiveness towards women. But yeah, Harold Bloom, yeah, this idea of making it so that even without being like given a narrative backstory, you can sort of piece together what set up the inciting story. I think the game does a pretty good job of achieving that, of like setting up what I get a feel for Adrienne and Dawn, like even though we don't get to see much of them before he gets possessed. Kind of this idea that they're both in creative professions and they both seem to have some success, but Adrienne's success seems much more in the like pure artistic mode, and Dawn's doing magazine covers, and then also he's obviously a very structured guy, and that she's like, partially because she's a character we're playing a point and click game. She works on her novel by walking around and thinking a lot, Whereas he's like, we moved in, I gotta get my dark room set up so I can start immediately getting back to work. And you can see how that's a kind of relationship that both leads to the kind of bickering they get into prior to Dawn's possession, but also that would, make them a good couple. Which, only makes this sadder, what is happening to them. If you've ever read Stephen King's Cujo, which I don't necessarily recommend, like, it's not a bad, cocaine-fueled ravings of a dude writing like 6 books a day in the early 80s. If you don't know, Cujo is just about a dog that gets rabies. Like, that's the monster. He traps the main character and her son in a car, and that they can't get to start or something. That's the big set piece, the horror set piece at the end. And all that's to say, anything happening in the weird corner yet? Obviously, something is going to happen in this weird corner. We're just waiting. And then at the end, after all the horror, and after Cujo is, euthanized, there's just an almost George Eliot-esque address directly to the reader.
I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, Harriet. I forgot all about it. You ready to work?
Yeah, ma'am. Tell me what to do.
Well, let's see. Kitchen dishes need washing. Our bed needs to be made. Bathroom needs cleaning. Furniture needs polishing. And this floor needs sweeping.
I'll get right on it. Anything else?
I guess Adrienne would know better than me.
Yeah, one more thing. Could you please empty the wastebaskets?
Yep. Anything else?
Looks like I can show her items, but why?
Oh, by the way, I see you carrying around that newspaper. You want me to throw it away for you?
Please, would you?
Oh, hey. Little inventory cleanup. I'm just going to point out that it's not like Adrienne's being like a mean boss or anything. But intentionally, but polish the furniture in our 3-story mansion is a really broad-ranging task. And also, could you just sweep the floor here in the grand ballroom? Has this door just become open? It has not, but I think this is the key that we got
It's locked.
out of the... I don't see why it would be the same key. It's not. Or is it this one? No, because this is just the one that we got. We already tried this one. Oh, yeah? Please. The funny joke would be appreciated. But yeah, at the end of Cujo, there's a chapter that just literally starts with like, so by the way, we should all keep in mind that this wasn't Cujo's fault. He had rabies. Cujo always wanted to be a good dog. And I think that we should, spare the character of Dawn a moment in our thoughts to remember that this is Zoltan more than Dawn. who we're watching. Okay. Filthy broom. Looks like it's just the same mirror scene. Whoa. It's a different Zoltan wife. That's good stuff. All right, into the kitchen. Oh, here's Harriet. Really lampshading the red herring.
Harriet?
Just fine.
Good.
Okay, Harriet's doing good. Okay. Go outside, I guess.
Yeah, you stupid cat.
I'm completely baffled by that.
Is all. You stupid kitty cat. I run away and all I want to do is play. Gotcha.
Cyrus? Cyrus, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What were you doing with my cat?
I was just playing with it is all.
Cyrus, don't play with him. Okay?
Okay.
Do you not like the idea of something bad happening to Spaz? Oh, is that the case, Brisket? Well, I got some news for you. The best viewers are actually already here. Not that you'll ever know that. Whoops. /ban Brisket. Goodbye forever. And hello, PJ. Besides that scene, all you have missed today, all that you've missed is Adrienne assigning chores to Harriet, including the somewhat absurd chore of just polish the furniture. Like, not like the furniture in the ballroom or in the library, or just the furniture among your other tasks. And then telling Cyrus over there to leave Spaz alone. Because he was poking at the cat while it was hiding behind a thing. I think she could have handled that a bit more carefully. Like, not just don't play with him, but like, you know, you gotta be like, you know, you gotta be careful not to upset him. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking of a time when a former partner's friend brought her daughter over, and the daughter was too friendly with Abra, and Abra is a very, very friendly and affectionate cat, but she does not like small people because of their lack of boundaries. And so she, you know, first she retreated to a different room, But then the little girl wanted to follow her, so I went down with the little girl, and then Aber retreated under a dresser or something, and the little girl wanted to reach in, and I was like, "You better not do that," but she did it anyway, and Aber hissed, but the little girl didn't know that sound, and I was like, and I'm like in the process, like I was like, I shouldn't be like, I don't think I should be grabbing this child who I just met, but like I'm in the process of like trying to encourage her away, and then Aber hit her and you know, cut her a little. It was very sad. She did not feel great about it. And so it was a moment where, until I got her back to her mother, I was trying to, you know, make it a teachable moment of like, you know, Aber, it's not that Aber's not mad at you, and she didn't want to hurt you, and you don't have to be afraid of cats, but you should, you know when they're telling you that they don't want to play right now. Obviously, Cyrus is not a child, but he is being portrayed as having some, developmental disabilities. And so similarly, like, why not be clear with him and instead of just, I don't know. I'm all messed up. I'm deeply uncomfortable right now. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
That was a specific thing that I said. I said, you know that noise that Aber made?
Good morning.
So hopefully it just turned into hopefully, you know, little girl didn't go through her whole life afraid of cats. Her whole life. that was like 5 years
Oh,
ago.
don't mind me. I'm just looking.
Okay.
So right now, there's not really any obvious task at hand. So I'm just kind of clicking around. I didn't go everywhere in the house before I came into town. So perhaps I will need to... Come on, Adrienne, you never know when you're going to need more bones. I was relieved when I realized that proceeding sequentially. Pattern blue, great question. That's what I'm looking for. I didn't even do a recap, but basically, so chapter 2 was Adrienne got Dawn some drain cleaner, and chapter 3 was mainly that she got to visit Malcolm Weirmshadow once, and she got access to his room because that was part of getting in to visit him, and she hired Harriet and Cyrus to be groundskeepers, and you know, quite possibly to be, you know, part of the body count of this horror story, and then yeah, chapter 4 begins like this, and we're kind of back in like the chapter 1 scenario of just like, well, what do we do now? Which I suppose is thematically appropriate in a sense. Like Adrienne obviously has a lot to process. I don't know.
Oh, hi, Adrienne.
I think I'll get my pep back as we carry on. But
Okay, let me know if you need me.
Okay.
But man, yeah, despite not being particularly explicit or long or anything like that, it was a really, really troubling. You should buy that crucifix, Adrienne, just in case Zoltan is also a vampire.
Oh, hi, Adrienne. Can I help you?
Oh, no thanks. Just looking around.
Okay, let me know if you need me.
Okay.
I keep thinking because her now exhausted dialogue tree it goes to Adrienne being like, I'm looking around. And then there's this one thing that you can actually get her to look at. So then I want her to go back and be like, I noticed there is... Oh. What's this? I didn't even realize there were 2 spots to click on the display case. I thought I was just going to look at the items in the display case again as though that would be different. Carno to give benefit performance at local orphanage. This coming Friday afternoon, February 5th, 1887, Carno will kindly give a special performance of at Our Lady of Compassion Orphanage. All proceeds will be donated to the orphanage to help with the care and feeding of the children. Come and enjoy the show. See Carno levitate in midair. Watch as he saws a woman in two. Experience the electro chair. All this and more. All additional donations will be greatly appreciated. Can we turn the page? Yes. Carno toddler discovered drowned in pond. That escalated. On Sunday afternoon, June 10th, 1889, Carno's daughter, Sophia, 2, was found dead in the estate's garden fish pond by her mother, Hortensia. It appears the little girl had wandered off by herself and had accidentally fallen into the fish pond, where, apparently, she drowned. It is reported her mother is quite distraught and is currently undergoing medically supervised sedation. Sophia will be interred in the Carnavash family tomb after a discreet funeral tomorrow morning. Illusionist's fourth wife chokes to death at dinner. Yesterday, November 17th, 1896, Carno's fourth wife, Regina, caught a piece of steak in her throat and choked to death while having dinner with him. Tragically, Regina is the second of Carno's 4 wives to die. 3 years ago, his third wife, Leonora, who as we know was a painter, succumbed when she accidentally tripped and fell down a flight of stairs, breaking her neck. I don't know if succumbed is the word I would use for that. But okay. Carno also lost a daughter 7 years ago when she drowned in a fish pond at the tender age of 2. Carno divorced his first 2 wives after each had proved unfaithful. They have not been heard from since. I'm not usually a proponent of mob violence, but did the people never think about just getting out the pitchforks and torches and... Acclaimed magician injured while attempting escape trick. Last evening, Thursday, October 15th, 1898, Carno was seriously burned while attempting his world-famous escape trick. He had been chained to a restraining contraption, bound, gagged, blindfolded, and then set afire. And somehow he got burned. The escape should occur within 20 seconds, but this time, something went wrong. As his audience screamed in horror, Carno was pulled, barely alive, from the raging inferno. Raced to our Holy Savior Hospital, he now lies in a coma with burns over 80% of his body. Doctors are not optimistic about his recovery. Oh my. So last night, we watched an episode of the Vice documentary series Dark Side of the Ring, which is a documentary series about professional wrestling. And we watched the one about Atsushi Onita, the famous Japanese professional wrestler, who was the founder and star of the hardcore wrestling, hardcore deathmatch promotion FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling. And one of the notable incidents in the story of the extreme kinds of matches they did is they tried to do a tag team match. Stimpinski, Hale. Heil. Or Hale. Both work. So, oh, is Gaston the props man? That would be quite a thing. I don't know if I'm ready to think of Carno as a victim. But I guess we got to take the story as it comes. But yeah, so one of the matches they did was like an Inferno tag match. That's true, yes. I wasn't sure, Stimpinski, if the context is only when you combine it into the larger phrase or not. Okay. Pattern Blue, thank you for spotting that, and PJ, thank you for confirming that. That's important. That changes. I don't know how much it changes things. If this guy, if he killed 4 wives and the 5th one killed him, who knows? But yeah, they did an Inferno tag match. Onita and Terry Funk tagging against the Sheik, who at the time was 65 years old, and Sabu, who's the Sheik's nephew. So they're doing a tag match, and the gimmick of the Inferno match is that they've wrapped the ropes in like torch material and set them on fire, but they miscalculated, so the flames were too strong. So as soon as the match started and they start trying to do moves, the flames just keep getting bigger and bigger, and it's consuming all the oxygen inside. Like they're running out of air to breathe inside the ring, and then they realize one by one, they all realize, oh shit, like we can't just, even though we're in a promotion where like we throw ourselves into real barbed wire, we can't do this. And they all try to retreat, but of course the Sheik was 65 and got very, very, very badly burned. Horrific stuff. Famous illusionist gone berserk. Found dead after night of rampage. It was reported early this morning, Friday, October 23rd, 1898, that both Carnot, the world-famous illusionist... Wait, hold on. When was his burning incident? October 15th. He's in a coma on the 15th. Wow. And his wife Marie were found dead in their home. At this time, it's not clear what actually transpired, but it appears that Carnot, who had recently suffered a severe accident, awoke from a coma sometime last night and escaped from the hospital after killing his night nurse. Somehow, despite his acute injuries, he then managed to make his way home over 10 miles away. It is conjectured that he interrupted a tryst between Marie and her lover, Gaston Warwick, and that a violent row had resulted. In the aftermath, both Carnot and Marie lie dead, while Gaston has disappeared. A search for him is now underway. Carnot and his wife will be interred in the Carnavash family tomb sometime over the weekend. Have we contacted Marie's surviving relatives to see if they have any objections to that policy? Yikes. So hold on then. Presumably she consciously... I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that book was always there. Because it could have just been like, well, this young lady keeps on coming in. Yeah, so we've got like a pocket watch, a necklace, some jewelry and stuff. But there's nothing to do with it. It feels like it should add a dialogue option. But maybe reading the book did. Adrienne, come on, please. I've done a click here. Yes. There we go. Now this looks like it's just the...
Oh, hi, Adrienne. Can I help you?
Oh, no thanks.
Ah.
Okay, let me know if you need me.
Okay.
Okay.
No. We have no more dialogue to experience with Lou right now. So I can't imagine we can have another visit with Malcolm at this moment, but it's worth trying. That rings a bell, Pattern Blue. And certainly just makes sense logistically in the story. Okay. Right. And fair enough. I mean, the the world famous magician illusionist who constantly. Oh yeah. If that's happened in your town, like plenty of mothers have scrapbooked it.
You again.
I was wondering if I could see Malcolm again.
Quit bothering him.
I should have revisited Malcolm's room and seen if I could find any more of his childhood mementos before I went back. That was mostly really, really good gate moving integration. Yeah. Frau Blücher just sounds like the name of a lady who does not want to let you in to see the person who she is the care worker for. Or alternately, who does not want you disturbing the students at the boarding school where she works. It's hard to imagine a Frau Blücher being like, you know, the lady who runs the candy store. She's a confectioner. All right, Harriet. You're making good progress on this particular section of the ballroom. So I'm going to go... Maybe there is something in Malcolm's bedroom to check out. I mean, at this point, I don't have any guidance, really. So I suppose I will just... I haven't revisited every possible area, so I should. And there's, of course, still one room that we haven't obtained access to. Oh, we can sit down on the bed. Just to show off that we can do it. Look at her. She's really sitting on that bed. She really lifted her butt up a little with her hands to get in a more comfortable position. Right there on this little bed. Oh, look out the window. Yeah, it must be said for most of the beds in this home that they're relatively non-gropey. Okay. If I look out, I see... a structure in the distance. Oh, I should stop by the fortune teller, see if she's been queued back up with any "you will die a horrible, horrible death" cards or slips of paper. I guess we can go in the creepy basement again. And the library. And I guess the altar room. One moment. Oh, damn it. I always do that. I meant to go into Carno's workroom or whatever. Impressive that his electro chair from the late 19th century is still in complete working order. But alright. I don't know. Anything creepy to say? Phonograph? Nope. Anything bad gonna happen in this mirror? No, it's the same mirror scene. Same extremely ominous mirror scene. Yeah, when you look at the little, it's active. So if you click on the chair, Adrienne will again and again shock herself a little. What is this room again? All right, this bedroom. I suppose I should look at everything in the bedroom. After all, we've already had one. Hey, something's different here. Yeah, when you look in the mirror, you can see it go like that. That has been the standard cutscene for the mirror. But then also, it's not a thing where it only works in the mirror. It'll zap her a little in real life too.
My dearest Gaston, I can't wait to see you, my angel. It's been far too long.
Yeah, I went in the corner earlier, and there still wasn't anything. But what if there is now? Obviously, there will be eventually. So it's exciting, knowing that it's coming. Something will one day fill this space. For now, we're just letting the anticipation build. Was Marie the one who looks just like Adrienne? I mean, I guess it's not good. That would be a good red herring. Just like that would be Dirty Broom. Cedric's Dirty Broom levels. If we look down into the balcony, do we get it? No. Same scene, so we haven't added Harriet to this scene. Oh, and in fact, we shouldn't. Harriet is in this scene now. She's just obscured by the staircase. Pardon me. Oh, Harriet's moved on. So that's surely relevant. Check the bottle of absinthe. I think this is still just counting for the absinthe. Yeah. It's not that now Adrienne's like, you know what? A slug of
No
rum.
one missing?
So did Zoltan love absinthe? It's the idea that ever since he took over Dawn, he's going back to have a little absinthe here and there. Oh, Harriet's in the terrifying library. How's it going, Harriet? Find anything creepy and interesting?
Question. When
Oh.
I was in the tower room, I saw a little building in the woods on the eastern side of the island.
Ah,
Do you
okay,
know
good.
anything about it?
Nope, I never been in those woods. The trail's washed out. But Cyrus has. Go ask him about it.
Okay, I will. Thanks.
Excellent. I don't think I even said anything out loud. When she was looking at that building, I was thinking, is that a new building? And I was disappointed Adrienne didn't say anything. But I should have remembered from my agony with the keys that Adrienne is not, she's not Connor from King's Quest. She does not need to voice all of her thoughts aloud. She actually has an inner monologue. Okay. Well, hey, we have a quest. A quest to go into the scary woods to investigate the mysterious building. Adrienne. Let's just go tap Cyrus on the shoulder while he's chopping wood.
Cyrus?
Okay. No.
When I was in the tower room, I could see a little building in the woods. I was wondering, have you seen it?
Yeah. It's over there.
Well, can you show me the way?
Well, the trail's all washed out. Usually what I do, I just jump over it.
But where is it, Cyrus?
Over there. Oh, okay. I'll show you. Come on, follow me.
Okay. That's... I think he went this way? I guess it doesn't matter. This is probably not a quick time event. Hold on, let's just check. What if I totally misread? Okay, not back here. Come on. Adrienne, it's never occurred to you to be like, Cyrus, Harriet, Lou, do any of you know about the scary... Like, why is there a scary face? I don't know. I don't know that we have a... Oh, wait. Right. This screen. Did you bring your axe, Cyrus? Because that could solve our problem.
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, Cyrus. I tried to hurry.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
See? There it is. Just like
That's
I told you.
just a host face.
Come on.
You don't have host faces in New York? You fancy writer?
Oh, I don't know, Cyrus. Looks kind of dangerous. Isn't there another way?
No. Oh, look out. I can fix it.
Adrienne, say something like, be careful, Cyrus. Or even consider not letting him do this.
Oh my God, Cyrus.
It cuts back and he's crushed under the tree.
There you go.
You're amazing, Cyrus. I can't believe you did that.
Of course I did. I'm strong. See?
Wow, boy, you are strong.
Yeah, I know. Ma always tells me that I'm more muscles than brains.
Yeah, well, your mother was right, Cyrus.
Heck, it ain't nothing.
Adrienne.
I gotta go.
I know that she was just, encouraging him in his belief that his mom is trying to specifically be nice when she says he's more muscles than brains. She wasn't being like, yeah, your mom's right that you're not all that bright, Cyrus. But I think she should have said something more like, that was a really good idea, Cyrus. And you were strong. Come on, Adrienne. Actually, if this thing is hollow, that's actually terrifying. But otherwise, it's still rooted. That's not how I would do it. I would keep my center of gravity a bit lower if I was walking across a log that wide. You've got a base here. But okay, she did it. She's okay. No gimmick. Adrienne falls and gets impaled on a tree down there on the beach or something. Death. There's been no character death so far. It's a notable flashing thing on the ground. Yeah, I can't imagine it's never coming. Okay, it's a nut. Oh, no, it's not. It's something.
A tarnished brass lens piece.
I was thinking lens piece, except I was like, why? Like Dawn hasn't been out here, But it's brass, so it's something. Okay. Okay. How are we doing line-wise? About halfway. I gotta finish this game before I run out of King's Quest titles that I can repurpose for episode titles. For all that she has her head in the clouds a bit, Adrienne is also practical. She sees a shiny thing and she thinks, this might help me solve a puzzle later. Oh, not that. I think that was non-diegetic sound. All right, scary old greenhouse. Plants in a surprisingly early state of decay. Oh, good, a trowel. Oh, this is diegetic chanting? Or is it just representing a bad feeling? Oh. We've time traveled. Not good.
Zoltan, what are you doing here? Did you want something?
As soon as I saw a trowel.
Why did you...
Which of his wives is this?
Zoltan.
Presumably not Marie?
Zoltan. Lead me to my plants.
Yes.
Dude, say her name. Well, oh my. Is the trowel real, or is it also just a... No, she doesn't get the trowel. Well, technically that character we did know was already dead, or at least suspected, but oh my goodness. So did all his wives have their own, like... Well, I don't know. Leonora was obviously a painter. Lenora. Whichever one that was a horticulturalist. Marie was at the very least a philanderer. Can we see another creepy building? Through the ancient telescope? Oh, especially in the 19th century. Can't have jobs, so you gotta do something.
Can't see anything. Oh, it's missing a lens piece.
Hortensia. Oh, it's missing a lens piece. I think we can solve this puzzle. And it makes sense. Hortensia is the horticulturalist.
What's that other window there by the tower room?
Oh, cool. It's kind of reflexive. Hold on. Go back in there, Adrienne. Let's explore. Okay, come on. No heads. I was hoping for no heads in that clay pot. Is it? Oh God, is it Oliver?
Oh my God.
Yes. Investigate further. Yeah. Zoltan got a lot of mileage out of people being like, better stay away from the old Carnavash place. Yeah, it looks like the trowel just ceased to exist. I'm not sure if that's just a ludic thing, like the game doesn't want me to think about the trowel anymore, so it's just not showing it on screen. Or if it's like the necklace she saw earlier, where she picked up the necklace and then she could hear dialogue between Marie and Zoltan. Okay. Very close to the end of chapter 4. By far the most upsetting chapter yet. I mean, it's not even close. I didn't find any of the other chapters upsetting in the slightest. I'm going to run to the washroom real quick, so brief intermission here, folks. And we'll get back at it. Hang tight. And we're back. Oh yeah, kids be shooting TikToks in there. You cannot hide a body in plain sight on a creepy, abandoned property of a famous guy who died in mysterious circumstances. Loey Lane would be doing videos about you.
Wonder who that could be.
I was wondering the same thing. I'm locked into the character of Adrienne. Oh man. We sure do got to cross a lot of screens before we can see what's going on. There's a truck, but we can't go up to the truck. There's also no one in the truck. Presumably they've gone in. I guess.
You must be installing the phone.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Mike. Your caretakers let me in.
Oh,
Oh, great. I'm going nuts without a phone.
Yeah, I can understand that. This is quite a place you got here, ma'am.
Adrienne. Yeah.
oh, Mike.
Quite a place, isn't it?
Oh, buddy.
I better get back to work.
I find it almost impossible to imagine you not being horribly murdered. Today's fortune is, enjoy Mike while you can.
Keep your secrets to yourself. Trust no one.
Terrible carnival attraction. Presumably he had trouble renting it out. That's why it's just in his home. Feels like you should be able to give it the tarot cards. Get a refresh. Okay, so can we find a hidden room up in the attic? Or if we can't, is this a pretext we can use to be like, come on, I just want to ask Malcolm about the secret door. Would Frau Blucher be into that?
Adrienne! Who is that woman? Who is she?
That's Harriet.
I don't want her around our house, so you had better get rid of her.
It's difficult to know how much was intentional, but it feels true that Adrienne doesn't want to argue with Dawn all of a sudden. She just wants to get away from him. Okay. Can we just smash the wall? Yes. Or, I guess, alternately, claw the... Okay, yes. Makes more sense. Good call, Adrienne. This is way better than my idea of beating our way through the wall with the hammer. That is a very, very accurate characterization of the English language. Simple in many ways, not heavily inflected. Don't have to worry about gendered nouns and stuff. But then just so many weird exceptions because it's a mongrel language built of like, you know, the Germanic languages and the Romance languages. And loan words galore. I love it. Yeah. That's exactly how yeah. I like the English language, but it absolutely is one of these things. It's a mess. It's not as messy as, say, like, ancient Greek. Took 2 years of ancient Greek in university for no reason that made any sense. Like, I did the first one because I was interested, and fair enough. Like, there were like 30 people in the class. Maybe even more than that. But then when I did intermediate ancient Greek, it was like 7 other people, and they were all classics majors. And then one day, they were like, we were sitting in class like halfway through the semester, and they were like, hey, we just meaning to ask you, how come we never see you in our other classes? I was like, oh, well, I'm an English major. So, like, I'm just taking this as an elective. And they were like, you're choosing to take... Why? What is wrong with you? Why would you choose to do this? Like, we are only doing it because they force us to. Because ancient Greek is just like, oh, man. For every grammatical rule, the professor would be like, so here's the grammatical rule. And now here's a list of 12 exceptions that are not systematized in any way. You'll just have to memorize them all. And keep in mind, of course, that this is only Attic Greek. So if you ever see a passage in like Doric Greek, you need to now keep in mind that now this is like 2 T's, like if there are 2 taus, it's the same word as if you had 2 sigmas. Weird things like that. Oh, we've got more of the torture magic gear. Bunch of terrifying portraits. Okay. Well, let's look at the portraits, presumably of the murdered wives. Oh, yeah, indeed. There's a Hortensia. So was the blonde one who looks like Adrienne Marie? That would make sense, since her portraits are the ones that are up everywhere, and she was the last wife. Canadian English is where it's at. Just randomly choose whether you want to use British English or American English at any given moment. I'm not going to wade into that. Except to say, sure, yeah, cosine, but... All right. Well, I guess there's nothing left to do but to open the chest, bracing myself for a jump scare. Oh, hey. Is that the same necklace that she saw in... I assume you mean online? Because yes, your written English is very good. Not that your spoken English is not, but just you do have a German accent. Gonna do anything with that, Adrienne? She'll just take it. It's a cameo. Oh. Luann.
An antique cameo brooch.
Thank you, scary voice, for telling me what I already know. I like that. I like the idea of an American who's cloistered enough that they're like, like the cliche, that famous New Yorker cover that like the view from Manhattan is like really, really detailed until you get to the boroughs, and then like the rest of the country is just like a wasteland, and then Los Angeles is off there in the distance. Someone from New York being like, "Oh, you must be Cajun." Like, that must be what Cajun people sound like. Oh, right. And that, yes. Okay. I should have thought of that.
September 14th.
That's also just a thing. People can
1889.
immigrate.
Dear Diary, I grow increasingly fearful of Zoltan. I feel the burn of his eyes upon me as he watches my every move. Did my little girl have such fears? Did she suffer when he snuffed out her baby life? How could people believe him when he said it was an accident? It was no accident. But, dear diary, Zoltan wasn't always like this. I remember, not so long ago, when he was loving and gay. He was overjoyed when Sophia was born. I know, I remember. But after his trip to Paris last year, he changed. Something happened to him. I don't know what. Now, all I have left are my plants. I spend most of my time in my greenhouse, as far away as I can get from Zoltan's ever-watchful eyes.
So perhaps Zoltan himself is also a victim of the misogyny demon? Of course, the misogyny demon could be serving a metaphorical function here too, in what this story is trying to do. Oh my goodness. And a child killer. Lovely. Yeah, I read a really troubling, absurd yet troubling story of being out organizing, talking to people in America right now with the election oncoming, where someone said, I was talking to a 66-year-old Dominican immigrant who voted for Biden in 2020 and said she's leaning Trump because Biden's too old. Where'd she pick that idea up? Oh, right. It's because the New York Times and a bunch of crypto billionaires are like trying to find any way they can to have a competitive race and maybe to even... That could definitely be part of it. I think the story is pretty well structured. But also, we're getting it in adventure game form where the details are portioned out. Well, I say that, but actually the game structure is actually pretty heavily in service of the narrative. You could make just a non-interactive ghost story film or novel out of this without really having to shift that much around, I wouldn't think. Well, gotta go show this cameo to Luann.
You dirty, rotten, stinking, filthy son of a bitch. You stay away from my wife.
Just what are you accusing me of, sir?
I know exactly what you're doing here.
John, shut up! I think you better leave.
Don't you ever tell me to shut up.
All right. Well, chapter 4 is in the books. Yeah. So voting for, she's leaning Trump. She told this dude because she thinks Biden is too old, and she feels like immigrants today are too lazy. That's serious cultural assimilation. I mean, it's not like, it's very much like one of the bad parts of human nature to be like that. I remember a buddy of mine, hold on. Chapter 5, Friday, October 21st, 8:30 p.m. Hello, Snuggen09. Welcome.
$8:30?
Okay. Hey, we can interact with the computer again. Okay. Get out. Do not trust Okay. Well, we certainly have a troubling message in there. I can't tell if it's telling us a specific person not to trust. Lou? No, that's not how Lou is spelled. The calendar synergy between the events of the past and the present has not been lost on me. And if it's October 21st at the start of chapter 5, and each chapter has been a day, then we will have October 22nd, and then October 23rd, leading up to Finn. So I get the feeling that it won't be until chapter 6 that I'll get a chance to show the cameo to Luann. Is the painting filling itself in? Yes. And given that, the music cues that I sometimes start thinking are diegetic because because of how they line up with Adrienne's actions, but they're clearly not diegetic. I think they're just telling us her mental state. She notices that the painting is changing, I believe. Still nothing different here. It's embroidered with an H. So presumably this was Hortensia's smock that she wore while working in her greenhouse. Perhaps not the one she was murdered in. And yet it's in Lenora's painting room. I guess we can't put it past Zoltan to be re-gifting things to subsequent wives. That would be pretty low down the list of his appalling crimes. Avoid the washroom for now. So is this baby Sophia? I'll have to look at that genealogy again. Anything new to do with the miasma of the baby ghost? Or whatever this is supposed to be?
God, what is this?
Whoops. This way. You know what? I haven't tried sharing, seeing if the ectoplasm wants to play with anything. Would the cameo's value to Luann be increased if I were to first coat it in the miasma of a famously murdered child? Yeah. Maybe that's the big chapter 5 puzzle here is get another key and then some sort of loop so you can make a key ring. I don't want to do this, really. It just feels like if they're going to let me click on the door again, I should.
Dawn? You in there?
Feel like we are being set up for some kind of Shining-esque reveal where Dawn has developed the same picture over and over, or Dawn has, she manages to unlock. Now that I think about it, no, get into the dark room and he's just standing there like Connor, not doing anything all day. Oh, good. The mirror's gotten spookier. Oh, man.
Tonight for you a special feast, Regina. I prepared all your favorites. Doesn't this look delicious?
For starters, giblets in a rich red marinara sauce.
Sweet and sour tripe. Still hungry? Scrambled brains? Ah, yes. Delightful. Yes.
I agree, Adrienne. Let's exit that room. Jesus Christ. Oh my. This was not, I mean, here's the thing. The one Roberta Williams discussion of the scene that I've read, I didn't read in great detail because I try not to spoil myself on things, so I'll have to revisit it and see. But the thing I remember her focusing on was that, you know, we're getting the transfer, we're getting Dawn changed, you know, from the scene of sexual assault. But I think there's something to be said about the idea that by having the garish horror movie, like Grand Guignol violence, contextualized, you know, as opposed to just, this is a horrifying scene of gore. It's, you know, really kind of underscoring the, you know, this is horrifying misogyny of a guy who is, I don't know why Zoltan murdered that particular wife, but certainly the thematics of it kind of suggests that he felt that she had put on weight and therefore was disgusting or something. I don't know. But there is like there's thematics here going on about male entitlement and rage and misogyny and Has anyone smoked these cigarettes yet? Oh wait, no, that's not different. Someone is smoking the cigarettes. Why couldn't it just be Dawn's changed? She's smoking again. Can we get a flashback out of the ring now? Seems like they would be pretty dry. That would be a harsh smoking experience. I got to imagine. Which room is this again? Right, the other bedroom. I cannot hold this room in my mind until I step into it. Not yet. Rising tension with the mysterious corner.
There you are.
What is it, Cyrus?
It's Mom.
It's got to be fairly soon.
She told me to tell you to come to Devon.
Wait. What for, Cyrus?
That would be quite a reveal.
I think it has something to do with the seance.
Oh, wait, Cyrus.
Seance?
I have these tarot cards I found in the house. I thought maybe your mother might like them.
Oh, darn right she would. These are beautiful.
Wait, I don't remember that coming up. that... oh, wait, hold on. Before we go to the creepy seance, I should have got the latest Terrible Fortune. Don't go to the seance, Adrienne. The chapter 7 fortune is going to just be like, Adrienne, look, your husband has been possessed by the same demon that, you know, whatever. You need to get out of here. You need to just use poker on back of Don's head, tie him up, drag him out of here. Let's see if we can get him the help he needs.
We are watching you. You are not alone. I'm beginning to feel it.
Thank you, Cedric. I'm playing too many freaking games. Besides my general, you know, semi-functioning brain. Well, honestly, that one might not be that ominous. That could be the other wives. Hold on. Before I go to the seance, I just want to refresh my memory on... ah, wrong door, wrong door. Oh, wait. Looks like we can have another terrible mirror experience. But let's let the anticipation build for that for a moment, while I just quickly refresh my memory on the lineage and the chronology here. Besides the general, like, you know, this is how a ghost story should start in chapter 1, you know, just wandering the grounds of your new house, waiting for something creepy to happen, various auguries, but nothing really going on. It's also a good, like, narratively, it's a good choice to pretty much immediately take Dawn out of the action as a character who could be like a supportive character with the possession, because it makes a little bit more sense. Like, Adrienne's seeing so many things that, like, she should just talk to Dawn about it. Okay, so it was his first wife. Okay, so then that does support, if Hortensia is the first wife, that supports the idea of him actually having been, like she said, a loving guy before he took that trip to Paris. So maybe we gotta kind of let Zoltan off the hook. I don't know. I'm not ready to go that far. Yeah, and the other marriages all had no issue. Lenora was only married to Zoltan for a year before dying. Looks like Hortensia must have made it 3 to 3.5 years. Regina, 1.5 to 2 years. And Marie must have been but a year, seeing as 1898 seems to be when it all went wrong. Okay, so the order, I'll probably not remember this, but Hortensia, Victoria, Lenora, Regina, Marie. Lenora the painter, Hortensia the horticulturalist. Probably one of them played the piano or the harpsichord. Okay, let's go watch another mirror scene. God. Rosemary's Baby. What a creepy film. All the more creepy because it doesn't really... We definitely have to review all the mirrors, Oliver. I think I'll just do the one here and then go to the seance, and then we'll continue going in places and looking at mirrors. Because maybe there are 5. Well, no. Because we don't need to see 5 murder scenes since we've already seen Hortensia. Maybe they're not all murder scenes. Maybe this one will give us... Maybe we can get a glimpse of Zoltan before he was possessed. Oh yeah, can't wait to go in the basement at night.
Well, well, look who's here. To my dear husband. Here's to you.
No, here's to you, Victoria.
Hey, he said her name. Has it been made clear which wife he was the force-feeding murder? So obviously that was Victoria. Hortensia was in the thing. I assume it wasn't Marie. So probably Regina. Just because Lenora, I feel like, will find out about that with a tie-in to the painting. All right, yeah, we could definitely, you know, let's have a drink. Hydrate before the seance. Okay. Gulp. Here we go. Let's go attend the seance. Ah, yes. Well, we'll get that detail then. That was really, really horrifying. And like in an over-the-top Grand Guignol way, except that again, like we do have this running theme of not only domestic abuse and of obviously the worst form of domestic violence, you know, family annihilation, but also just a general theme of like how shitty men. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of... I wonder if the other part was...
Ma, she's here.
I can't remember. Did this game come out before or after 7?
Welcome, oh, seeker of the
It's the only other force-feeding murder I can think of in
Please, have a seat.
popular culture.
Let the seance begin.
Not entirely sold on Adrienne's...
Oh,
I gotta understand because,
spirits of the
you know,
netherworld,
Harriet's obviously kind of goofy, but...
heed us now. Talk to
I don't know
us,
if this is a
oh
situation where...
shades of darkness. Give us a gleam of your essence. Give us a sign of your spiritual being.
I think they're biting.
Yeah, that was...
Restless
I had a feeling that they were too close for either to have predated the other in a meaningful way.
Answers to questions unknown.
Like, perhaps even... Actually, hold on. How about I don't talk over the cutscenes? Oh, she's vomiting ectoplasm. A face is emerging from the ectoplasm to stare at Adrienne.
I, Zoltan Karnavash, was greedy and foolish, and opened the door to the dark dimension. I released an obscenity, an entity of pure evil. It had been contained, but now the pestilence is free to infect once more. You are the chosen one. Only you can send it back. Find the dragon. It will show the way.
Oh. What happened? Where's Cyrus?
You don't know?
No what?
Harriet, you did it. You really did it.
You're not pulling my leg now, are you?
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's never happened before. Hot diggity! Oh, Cyrus! Cyrus! I did it! I really did it!
Okay. Gotta find the dragon. Or so it has been foretold. But let's also see if there are any more upsetting mirrors. Or if there's anything... Oh. The music's playing again.
What the hell?
Imagine trying to explain to Adrienne what has been done to the HBO brand. So much to cover. What are you talking about, Dawn? What is streaming? Why are you so upset that HBO is called Max now? God damn it, Adrienne. This used to be the most prestigious brand in television, and now it's just a bunch of reality television garbage.
My God. Dawn wouldn't drink this.
I only just noticed that it's absinthe, the essence of wormwood. Ominous. Well, let's check out the old harpsichord. Nope. Any ghosts chilling by the hearth? Wait, last time there was weird music. The answer was to go to the phonograph. Suppose I might as well try. Oh, this isn't just the music. There's a scene going on. Now it faded out. Well, hold on. We can also... We didn't look at the mirror here. Oh. This mirror hasn't become upsetting yet. I think it must have been Regina in that murder scene because the first two were believed to have divorced. So if there was also reporting about the choking death. Okay. Go back down. It's not happening right now, but let's find out. Let's see if we go back out the door, back in. Because first time around with creepy ballroom sounds, I had some sequencing issues. So if it resumes, I guess I'll check the library. And I mean, maybe at some point, the one remaining locked door just opens. Okay, the scene didn't resume, so let's just go to the basement for now. Oh, good. Shimmering on one of the casks. Ah, but it's incidental shimmering. Well, let's go all the way into the dungeon and see if there's a dungeon memory to unlock. Touch the shackles. See if we can remember which wife got the cask of Amontillado treatment. For the love of God, Zoltan. Yes, for the love of God. Okay. So far, so good, I guess. I remember there's wine. That Adrienne even drank, just casually drank some of the wine. Aged to perfection. Well. Okay. Anything new to click on here? Look in the hutch, look in the drawer, look behind the tapestry. Nope. So we can check the scary attic at night. And then we'll take it from there. Well, hold on. Has this... No. It's not out of the question that that door will just eventually unlock itself. For scary reasons. Alright, got to feed Abra soon. Oh, you're right. We should see if anything is new with the painting that resembles Adrienne closely. Or specifically the Adrienne resembling painting in the bedroom with the mysterious corner. Oh, right, the Lenora's painting. Of course. I think I checked it this evening, this chapter, but there's no harm in checking it again, even if I did. And that one, Lenora's painting room is upstairs. So I'll go check that before we go. Oh. That looked like something might be happening. Oh, the thing has moved. Even though easy to come up with a rational explanation, Dawn moved it. Doesn't matter. Even if Dawn moved it, that bothers me. It's creepy. Oh, hey, it's the dragon.
The dragon will lead the way. Oh my god, secret panel.
Oh my god. Surely there's an open mechanism from the inside, so don't worry. Just shut it behind yourself. Is that a mirror? No. Oh, weird. Oh. That's a really cool secret passage component. What's this before we pull the big switch? Ah. And the mystery of this corner is solved. And we have to loop back around because that was I should not have clicked on that thing first. That's a little anticlimactic. Good progress on chapter 5. Probably this will conclude next week at this rate. Unless I get horribly stuck on some puzzle. Or, perhaps more likely, get horribly stuck on some sequencing thing. So does the elevator just send itself back up? No. They thought of that. But it comes back up in a perfectly sensible way. I'll just skip this to get down there. Ooh, there's something on the ground. It's a cigarette. Yeah, wait, is that a cigarette or just a chicken bone? A white instead of pink chicken bone. I'm referring to a disgusting candy, not actual bones. Okay. That's the elevator back up, right? No, it's not. Okay. That's an elevator somewhere new. Oh, good. Further down. Definitely the worst integration of character and game object, but not because of a lack of valiant effort by the actress. Don't run down the stairs in the dark passage. Yeah.
It's too far. That'd be a long jump.
Okay. What else is down here? A door. Is this another exit into a familiar area? Yes, into the library. Anything new we can see in the box that formerly held the thing from the dark dimension?
I don't know what to do with this book. I guess I'll just leave it here for now.
Yes, that would be... I was literally about... Great minds, all fair. Because I was just kind of about to say the same thing. Hey. What's that? Slightly... Is it just to return to the entrance without leaving? It's a slightly different view. Hey, hey, hey. Ask and ye shall receive. Okay. Is there anything else I can do in here right now, though? Or do I need to be figuring out... That's good. That's a welcome addition. Okay. So that's the way out. Of course. And then here we have... No, this is somewhere different. Okay. Oh, good. We found the crypt. Oh, here's Zoltan.
Carno, I found you.
Can you pry open his tomb with the poker? And why wouldn't you? We've come this far. Yeah, but, you know. Not only would he, like, 45 in 1998 is not 45 in 2024. And so I assume that 45 in 1898. Smoking those unfiltered cigarettes. Well, he was supposed to be in his 30s in some of the scenes we've seen him in. There's our guy. Yeah. Yeah. Who can say whether the absinthe or the demon
angel.
possession?
From Marie.
Okay. The troubling part for me, PJ, is realizing Adrienne's probably supposed to be much younger than me. Because I still really can't look at people in television and film and stuff, whether thinking of them as the whether they're grown-ups or young people like me. Even though I have left behind being a young person, except in my heart. And I guess in my metabolism. Yeah, there are weird moments. Adrienne's she's just, you know, they haven't set up their home gym yet, so this is a replacement for rowing. It's weird for me sometimes to reflect on the fact that I am objectively like a role model to some young people in my teaching work. It's like, kids, I think you could do better here. You're gonna pry open any other graves? Regina. For whatever reason, Adrienne doesn't feel the need to inspect these additional corpses. And I have no objections to not...
Poor little kid.
Yeah, we don't need to pry this one open, Adrienne. I hope. We don't, right? We don't. Hooray! Yeah, I think this is the deeper in way, or is this the way back? Is this a different staircase up? Yeah, they only craft them in one side. Oh, right, of course. Here's the exit, which kind of feels like Adrienne could probably squeeze between these bars. Okay. Anything else of note? Oh, that makes sense. PJ. And yes, that's another thing. I would just be like, yeah, it's just one size. Just tell me when you need a new a marble coffin. All right. But is that it for now? I don't know. But halfway through chapter 5. Oh. I thought you might have looked it up because it sounds honestly like fairly plausible. Feels like I'm probably supposed to have some kind of significant discovery beyond just look at these corpses. Okay, so I'll poke back through it in a moment, but I should go feed Abra. So hang tight, gang, and I'll be right back with you. Okay. One more poke through the crypts. See if I missed anything, and then, I don't know, look 2 other places to see if I missed anything. Do we get a second? We can take a second look, but I can't see why that would matter. And then this is to this screen where I can look at all the tombs, which I've done, and go and be like, oh, all right. Well, go back for now. Hopefully I'm not... Well, I think I'll probably, if I finish chapter 5, stop. Leave 2 chapters for next week, so... Assuming I can get through 2 chapters next week. So you shouldn't miss too much. But farewell, Cedric. I hope the rest of your Sunday goes well. Might just be that now there's a scene coming. Bruh. We've seen 3 of Carnavash's murders. This is just to look at the thing, which I've done. But what if it's changed?
This reporter attended Carno's Phantasmagoria show.
Anything stand out to you now, Adrienne? Like, here's a book on how to banish demons. Sorry about that, folks.
Prognostications of evil?
Nope.
The devil made me do it? This guy had some strange taste. Worship of animals? Secrets of the dead.
At this point, being like, what a weirdo. He had some strange books. Seems to be missing the forest for the trees. And you've seen him murder 3 of his wives. Probably nothing new in the desk. But that's the thing with a ghost story. You never know when there could just be something new somewhere.
Dear Jeremiah, it has come to my attention that you have recently acquired a...
Yeah, we've heard that before. Presumably connected to Zoltan's misguided desire to breach the dimensional boundaries. Anything to find by poking around in the fire? Doesn't look like it. Seems like at some point, you know, the portrait should move or something. Nothing more to be done here. Can't look at the table for scuff marks where the murder happened. Perhaps I should go back to the barn and see if Harriet has been murdered. We certainly hit up a creepy music cue here. Can we take an evening trip into town? Huh. The barn has been simplified as an area. Interesting. Oh, I haven't gone back up to the attic yet. Okay, no.
Oh, it's too late to go into town now. Everything will be closed.
That's true. Although I think from a script writing standpoint, they could have pulled that off with pure showing. They don't give us Adrienne being like, "What is that building?" But they will after she looks at her watch. Like, she just shook her head. That'll get the job done. But right, let's go up to the attic and see if the attic has become any more horrifying. Do Malcolm's bedroom first. I think probably nothing new, but... Oh, wait. Is something happening at the greenhouse? No. Just the ability to look at it again. The artist took the time to do the evening version. Nope. Same animation. Okay. I suppose we can go back to the creepy, to the murder scene in the greenhouse. Oh, good, good.
Stop talking, do you? Never, ever. You just keep droning on and on and on.
Well, we've seen all the past murders now except for the final one, Marie. Can we have any new experiences with, Sophia's spirit. Which is what I assume this is representing.
God, what is this?
Nope, nothing new here. They really, they delivered on, Chekhov's creepy mansion full of torture magic implements. Looks like this mirror is still just a mirror. Maybe. Oh, but all of the toiletries are gone. Not sure if that's significant. Next time you're at the general store, Adrienne, get some hand soap. Oh. Now, clicking on the towel is also just... Okay. Feel like I must be missing something in the crypt. But I don't know what yet. So... revisit some things. Feels like also, like, speaking of Chekhov's objects, surely this TV has to come on and show something scary at some point. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it certainly feels like the kind of thing that could happen. Alright, go in deeper. Can we do anything with the fire? Nope. Yeah, like otherwise it's just thematic, it's just there to make sure that we know that the cable hasn't been hooked up yet. But like we get that just from the phone guy being here to install the phone. So okay. On the way down, we'll knock on Dawn's door. And I guess go into Carno's magic room. Then I guess explore the outer grounds at night. What could go wrong?
Dawn?
No. That's the same dialogue. If I had to make a prediction, I would say that he murdered Marie by literally sawing her in half. But who knows? Yeah. Well, I don't know how best case that would be, because then, you know, she can't run. If it is something outside, though, I appreciate the dedication to be like, this is a ghost story. Sometimes to advance the plot, you have to do something stupid. You have to do something that no sensible person would do in this scenario. Any thoughts now, Adrienne? If we see the crypt from this side? No. Just an open air crypt. Kind of odd. And there's some combination here of, you know, not quite yet believing that what is clearly happening to Dawn is happening to Dawn. With the relationship thematics, just like, you know, probably lots of relationships don't end immediately when they become, you know, abusive. And then also a novelist's curiosity. Just go back here. Let's just see how's Harriet do. How's Hortensia doing? Anything different? No, this is just the same. They did night lighting for this part, but not for the separate shot of the corpse head. Yeah, we know we're in the context of a ghost story. The actual characters in a ghost story don't necessarily know that. And then ultimately, although she does not know this, Adrienne is the hero of the story. I mean, I guess she has been literally told by Zoltan's face that she's the chosen one. I wonder if he really like means it in a like portentous destiny way, or just like you're the chosen one because unfortunately you're the one who stumbled into this and didn't get possessed. Your husband can't be the chosen one. He's the doomed one. Maybe the scary face is ready to... Oh! In the reflection of the pool, do we get Marie? No! Not lost on me that this is replaying Sophie. Hold on. No, because they're dead, aren't they? Okay. We've barely advanced. Well, that does seem significant. And this is just the same scene, but they switched to the night lighting. It's kind of impressive. Can't even look in the mirror anymore. And fair enough. I would have had enough. Go everywhere, I guess. Feels like we're in, you know, playing out a sequence of events now, as opposed to solving some puzzles. I'm going to guess the basement is not the next step. And if I'm wrong, well, we'll just have to come back and go to the basement. But otherwise, you might as well revisit some places. I understand why Adrienne's mind went to Cyrus, but what about the thematic echoing of young Sophia's drowning? suggests it might have been Dawn. Not Dawn, you know. Dawn's body might have performed the actions involved. Trying to give poor Dawn a break. Especially because if I was taking bets on who will survive and what will be left of them, I would not be feeling good about Dawn and his odds. Distracted by the passage, Oliver. But that's another thing we'll do on our way back around. Adrienne doesn't even want to go to the bar anymore. Suppose, jeez, gotta just keep making sure this door hasn't unlocked itself. It is not. So they're supposed to be living in the barn, but they obviously weren't in there. Very possible they're already dead. Maybe I can talk to Dawn about Spaz. Yes, this is new. I think this is different.
Dawn,
Oh, no. No, this is the same one.
you in there?
Okay. There's no reason why the key should work now when it didn't before, but... And also, it would be very silly, but I should not rule out the possibility of silliness. Can we pick the lock with the cameo pin? No. Good, because that would be very silly. Can we bash the door down with a poker or a hammer? No. Don't think I need to go look at the various magical torture implements again right now. Let's go, especially now that we've seen Lenora's horrible death. Seems like a good time to check out her painting again. Because again, the "we are watching you" fortune could be solidarity from the murdered wives. And in fact, the painting, is it being painted right now? I thought I heard a brush stroke. Hey, your mom. Things got real upsetting this week in Phantasmagoria. Right for like not only the scene that we knew was coming, but also we've also seen flashbacks to 4 out of 5 of Zoltan's wife murders. Which are all garish and over the top, but at the same time are contextualized by that opening scene. I don't think there's anything new to looking at Hortensia's thing. Yeah, these chapters 4 and 5 have been something. We found some new hidden passages in the house. We've been contacted directly by the spirit of Zoltan, who let us know that he foolishly got himself possessed. So Lenora's painting kind of looks like the passage to the greenhouse, but that seems odd. And Lenora's completed painting is obviously the bridge that we see on the property all the time. Okay. Anything going on in here? Nope. Okay, I didn't fully explore the grounds outside, did I? And I haven't fully revisited the home as I go through here. Oh, is the tank separate? No. It's just another way to use the bathroom. We're just going to declare that animation includes hand washing. And I just won't do the hand washing separately. Okay. What have I not revisited? I mean, lots of things. Could check the basement again. Because it does feel like there's a real possibility that Cyrus and or Harriet have now been murdered. And that the next step is to find their bodies. The cat has been murdered. Which I'm taking... I was a little worried. As far as content warnings for people, I wasn't sure that I was ready yet for anything to happen to a cat, but I'm dealing with it okay. If anyone was worried about my post-traumatic stress. Oh, we can investigate the fire? But why? I guess no reason. Look at Zoltan's portrait, but I've done that quite a few times now. Well, kill someone, stuff them in the basement. Maybe the scary face is ready to talk now. Zoltan had a scary face put on the side of his house in case he ever had to give detailed exorcism instructions to someone who bought his home a century after his murderous rampage. Gulp. Here we go. Yeah, it turns out that, to be fair to Zoltan, we have to acknowledge it seems that it's not that Dawn has gone bad on account of being possessed. Can I do anything to this shimmering cask? No. Okay, so I can't imagine, since we know that the murder of Marie was a violent thing that was discovered. I don't think none of the wives were killed by Cask of Amontillado. He didn't lock any of them in the basement and just leave them there. In addition to the content note, I guess I should have put a spoiler warning for Edgar Allan Poe's Cask of Amontillado. Yeah. It's only commonly read in introductory literature courses. I remember my first year English professor offered us a taxonomy of short stories where he said there's two types of short stories that you can exemplify with the Cask of Amontillado and James Joyce's Araby. And those are short stories that are entirely there to build to a climactic moment in the plot, like the Cask of Amontillado. Everything in that story is to get us to the moment where we're like, oh shit, he's walling that guy up and burying him alive. And as far as we can tell, despite his insistence, the guy has not done anything to him. And then separately, Araby. So spoiler warning for Araby. Although the point here is that yeah, there is a cat. There actually is a cask, isn't there? That happens. I think. I haven't read it in a long time. But yeah, I should have looked over here. Nope. Can't even stop to admire the spooky face right now. Go back to the fountain where Spaz was murdered. What has she done with the cat? Like, it cut immediately to her at the fireplace, but you can't cremate your own cat in a fireplace. That's... I mean, you can't cremate anything in a fireplace, in a wood stove. That is how he lured him down. I just can't remember. I'm blanking on whether he's lying that he has the cask in the first place or if he actually takes him to the cask and walls him up. But yeah, in James Joyce's Araby, representative of what my first year English professor considered the other type of short story, a short story is not about building to a plot moment, but about building to a moment of revelation for the reader and or the character. And so in Araby, the whole story is just to get you to the realization that, you know, sometimes your romantic ideas of how things are going to be just aren't going to be what they're actually like. And life will be filled with disappointments. Yeah. This is just a $15 bottle of Pinot Grigio from some Napa Valley winery. I think I've already done this and it isn't going to do anything new. But who knows? That's an interesting question, PJ. This is a game where I always, when I finish a game that I really enjoy, especially if it's old enough that there's been probably like some historical retrospective work done on it, I'll have to go and learn about stuff in that game. But this is one where like Gewürztraminer, a German or Austrian wine? No, we should have Hortensia's body. That's nothing. I mean, it's not nothing. I don't mean, you know. Hortensia was, as far as we know, a good person and did not deserve what happened to her. And she's not nothing. Nothing new. Yes. That's what's missing. The word new. Been there. Been horrified by that. Oops. Going back and forth. Isn't there a way to go and look at the weird gazebo? I don't know that it would matter. Aha! But it does. Yeah, Adrienne, assuming I'm right, the Dawn's not surviving this. It's going to take a lot for Adrienne to open up again.
Oh, Gaston, you did miss me.
Yeah.
I was so afraid you wouldn't come.
How can you say that, my darling? All I ever think about is you.
Oh, Angel, how I love you.
This is not the manliest character named Gaston that I've ever seen.
He found my necklace.
I mean, he's
told
pretty
him I
manly.
bought it in London, but
He's got a mustache.
I'm so afraid of him.
He actually has the exact same mustache as I do.
I'll take you far away from here.
I can't leave. He'll find me. I know he will. He'll kill me like he did the others.
Next week, Zoltan's performing his new escape trick for the first time. I can set the machine so it won't work. You won't be able to escape.
But the fire, the blade.
Yes, my darling. You wouldn't survive.
Tell me what to do.
Is the rose real, though? Probably not. Pretty lights, but otherwise doesn't look like there's anything. Just had to see that scene. There's definitely some pit in the pendulum to that, which is it's a quicker and more direct approach. And now, I guess. Good idea, Oliver. Just in case I set off a bug or something. Because this is in the same engine as King's Quest VII, I'm pretty confident that if I die, I can just immediately resume from just before the death scene. Then again, perhaps it's foolish to assume that. But we've updated the bookmark, regardless of what happens. Also, right, the game froze once, didn't it? Okay. Frustrating part with a sequence of events type portion of an adventure game like this is that every time we find a new event, did that queue up something else elsewhere? Most obviously worth checking if Dawn is visitable. Or if his dark room's accessible because he's gone somewhere else. Nope, same scene. Hey, we can still look in the mirror. The other mirrors have been turned off as interactable things, I believe, after showing us their murder scenes. Nothing new to do with the phonograph. Shock your, zap your, give yourself a little zap. It's late. It's getting late. You might have a bunch more exploring to do. Huh. Is this new, or was this always just the secondary animation here? I feel like I remember making a joke about Adrienne zapping herself over and over. Okay. Just destroy it with a hammer. Smash it with the poker. I mean, couldn't hurt right now to go running through the entire home and smash every mirror. I've certainly seen enough. Don't need to see the Freddy Krueger form of Zoltan. What's going on now? Something new? Or just a new scene of being creepy here? Huh. They've just added a new Adrienne looks in the mirror but nothing happens scene. Oh, but you can only watch it once. Yeah. She's investigating mirrors much more thoroughly. Hey, it also disabled the electric chair. Is the phonograph going to turn on now? Nope. Abra. Okay. I'm going to check the upstairs. Oh, my telephones are ringing. 1 second, folks. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Danielle just wanted to make sure I'd remembered to give Abra her lunch. And I did. You all saw it. Well, you didn't see it. I suppose it's... Hopefully I've built up enough trust with the audience that when I say I'm going to feed the cat, nobody's like, what's he really doing? I don't expect... No, just real Abra. I thought usually when she starts meowing like that, it's because she's somewhere other than where we are. But apparently she is up there with Danielle, just yelling at her for some reason. Oh, okay. Danielle just cried out, probably her knee. Gotta go check on her. Hang tight, gang. And we're back. My headphones just said power off when I sat down. Will they come back? They're back. They weren't they were fully charged before I started. They shouldn't be dying. Looks like everything's working. The Scum VM emulator doesn't crash if your audio source disconnects, like the SNES 9X emulator does. Danielle is okay, so that's good. Had a moment of sudden, placed her knee poorly, but it doesn't seem like anything catastrophic has resulted. Got an ice pack on it. Okay. Someone out in the streets shouting, was saying the people united will never be defeated. Now it's something about intifada, so it's a Free Palestine protest, I guess. Okay. Hey, J-Dog! Holy smokes. Did he let you play the uncensored version? Okay. Just gotta keep on revisiting. I would have loved this when I was 13, absolutely. My parents never, it took them a while to let me watch horror movies, but my mom had all sorts of Stephen King novels and I was just allowed to read them, and short stories. Stephen King short stories much more frequently end poorly. And as I've mentioned a few times, now and then, the library in my elementary school had 6 volumes of short storyifications, short storyizations of Tales from the Crypt comics that included choice panels as illustrations. So I was thoroughly traumatized. Oh, wait. No, Adrienne, stop. Okay. Am I supposed to be figuring out a way to do this right now? Certainly don't see how any of my items would help. Just use the poker and the claw as climbing implements. Okay, so is this the elevator down? No, this one looks like it goes back up. Is this right? No, this is oh man. Navigating in here is a little tricky. Oh wait, a different exit? Here's the something I was missing. But this is not one of the ones that you can reverse. Oh, wow. After the first 2, those are most of those are horror comedies almost, but not the first 2. Oh, hey. We're on the other side of that door. I was right. I haven't seen much of I always wanted to see the show, but we didn't have HBO. The ones I've seen are pretty good. I've read every single comic. I'm not sure if I've read every single in the sense of also Tales of the Old Witch and Tales from the Vault Keeper. Although I might have. But I've definitely read every Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Okay. So no, he did do like a Pit in the Pendulum sort of thing for Marie, it looks like. Unless that was a premonition. Let's put off looking in the mirror for a moment. Oh, good. It's not just a clown, it's also a marionette in the foreground. Oh, magic wand. Nope, that's not what she's looking at.
Carno and Malcolm, 1897.
Oh, maybe we can get another meeting out of another memento. First time. This is all new to me. The only thing I was spoiled on, I had to spoil myself on the timing of the sexual assault scene so I could appropriately forewarn the audience. But now I'm flying blind. I really like it so far. It is the kind of story where it's very much building to, like, so a lot will depend on how they stick the landing. My final judgment. But like so far, I think this is really cool. Oh, hold on. Skull, in your ominous voice, remind me what this is.
An old photograph of Carno and Malcolm.
That's exactly what I thought it was. Oh, Carno. Opening the door of mystery. What could go wrong? I've had a couple of audience nudges. The thing that trips me up the most in adventure games is always getting plot sequencing correct. So I took a long time to finish the first chapter because no progress. The progress bar is kind of funny. It's tough to tell when things will... It doesn't quite work on the same logic of puzzle points. But yeah, the things... I always get tripped up in adventure games. Just, you got to do this thing before you do this thing before you do this thing so that this person will be standing there. I'm pretty good at, like, being like, I should use the hammer on this. Oh, cool. Hey, Abra. Want to come in here, sweetie?
Dawn.
She's going around shouting.
God, look at you.
Ruined off absinthe. Off like this much absinthe that was left in the bottle.
I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I'm going to bed.
Adrienne is really not putting her... And then boom. Going out the door was the remaining 1/3 of the chapter. Adrienne's not putting her paranormal investigation together with the obvious demon possession of her husband yet. But she's got a lot on her mind. Or let's just like be like, come on, Dawn, we got to get you to bed. We got to get you to bed. Remember, our bedroom's downstairs. Boom, put him in the shackles, and we'll leave him some food, maybe even a little red wine, and then we'll get him when we've done the exorcism. Chapter 6. Well, we're watching the start of Chapter 6. Saturday, October 22nd, 9:20 a.m. I think I'll play it at some point, but probably not right after this. I'm actually thinking of doing the Famicom Classic Sweet Home, which is a totally different take on exploring a haunted mansion. Okay, maybe I'll do a little Chapter 6. Not too much more. I gotta wrap up soon. But I would really like to show the cameo to Luann.
Dawn?
Adrienne.
You all right, honey?
Yeah, I just hit the whiskey a little too hard last night. That's all.
Dawn, that was absinthe.
Dawn, let's leave. Please. We gotta get out of here. Look what this place is doing to you.
Leave? This is our home, Adrienne. We can never leave this place.
No.
Oh, what do you want? Hi. Yeah, I don't care about the damn phone.
I'll get out of here as soon as I can.
All right, fine. Get in here and fix it. And then you leave.
Oh, Mike. Just take the day off. Just request your supervisor send someone else.
Son of a bitch.
But then we're just back to the same old looking in the fire animation. Okay. Thought that I heard something. Get our creepy new fortune, talk to Mike, go into town, show Luann the cameo, and then I'll wrap it up for today. Because we probably, barring something really tripping me up, we can probably complete the game in a reasonable length session next week. I think if I'm on track...
Evil is here. Find your salvation.
Yeah, that's good advice. You definitely need to be looking for salvation.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, hi. I'm just finishing up this job. I'll get out of here as soon as I can.
Mike, I want to apologize for Don. He hasn't been himself lately.
Well,
Follow that thought.
I just don't want to get tangled up in family quarrels, that's all.
I know.
Oh, Mike, I feel like you're gonna get so tangled.
Well,
Like tangled with the phone cord around your neck.
Yep.
At least we're not gonna get a sad scene of Adrienne actually berating Cyrus while he cries and swears that he didn't kill the cat. But speaking of, I guess we can add that to the list. Oh, we've restored this room. It's no longer the seance area. It's now the original barn.
Harriet,
Oh, I see you caught us.
where are you going?
Can't you see? We're leaving. We're getting the hell out of here.
but I thought you needed a job and a place to stay.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but now that you're here, I saw your hubby last night. And, well, he threatened my boy and me. Said that if me and Cyrus didn't leave, we'd be hanging from the rafters. And I believed him. I saw the look in his eyes. There's something real bad around here. And I can't explain it, but it exists.
What exists?
Evil. And if you had any sense, young lady, you'd leave too.
We've already established that Adrienne does not have any sense.
Cyrus,
Huh?
you don't want to leave, do you?
Well, Ma said we got
Boy,
it.
stop your gabbing and get back to work.
Yeah, geez, Adrienne. Don't get them all worked up. Don't provoke conflict between the boy and his mother. Okay. Show the cameo, and I'll see if we can get another scene with Malcolm. And then I'll wrap it up. I'm not going to try it. Won't follow any new threads. If it wasn't for the fact that I should move around and eat and those kinds of things, I would say, screw it, let's get this done. Well, I got to be careful. I like the idea of having a good chunk. Very often with adventure games, I wind up leaving like a tiny little piece for the last day. That happened with a lot of the Quest for Glories. Hey, Luann, I remembered that the first time I came in here, you were on the phone talking about cameos.
Excuse me.
I didn't even take notes.
Lou?
Oh, yes, Adrienne. How can I help you?
I understand you're interested in old cameos.
Yes, I am.
Well, I found this old cameo brooch in my house in an old trunk. I thought maybe you might be interested in it.
Let me see.
I was wondering if maybe you would be interested in trading it for that crucifix over there.
Well, sure.
Okay, so she was making note of the crucifix.
There you go.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Anything else? No.
Oh, hi, Adrienne. Can I help you?
Oh, no thanks.
All right. Let's inspect our new crucifix. Oh, it's the... I didn't even notice, but it is the kind that actually has Jesus on it. If we could look closer, we could find out if it's anatomically correct. Not in that sense. In the sense of whether it's the inaccurate nails through the palms or the accurate nails through the wrists.
An antique crucifix.
Duh. All right. Crucifix definitely seems like it could become important here. Oh, good. It's interesting. There's so many characters who I've been assuming are like introduced to be meatbags, but the only present day murder has been of Spaz. So far, all the real intense gore and violence. Well, obviously, there's one real intense piece of present day violence, but it wasn't super explicit. But the really grand, horrifying violence has all been past tense, achieved through flashbacks. Going in the gate is done really well, but when she goes out, she would totally jam her fingers the way she does it. Oh, do I have to open the door and then... I can't remember how it worked with showing her the other thing. Frau Bucher. 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 Right, the L.
Yes? What do
So
you
why
want?
does this sound wrong?
Well?
Just give me a moment.
Here, I wanted to give Malcolm this old photo. I found it at the Carnavash estate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a photo of Malcolm and Carno. See what's written on the back? See Malcolm as a young boy. Please, you've got to let me in to see Malcolm. It's important.
Malcolm's role is so mysterious to me still at this point. He didn't appear in any of the murder scenes.
Just a minute.
He has the strangeness of being immortal. I guess I should, if we actually get into the room, I should see if I can use the crucifix on him.
Malcolm will see you now.
Will we actually see Malcolm? He's not in his chair.
She is here, Malcolm. Sit.
Oh, she gets the chair this time. Okay. So he's not Dr. Claw.
I remember posing this picture. I was just a young nipper of 10.
I was 111 years old.
Was my hero. Then,
Your hero?
yeah. I know what you saw in this picture.
Saw?
Yeah. The evil. It's back.
And my husband?
It may be too late for him.
What?
Young lady, sit down. I have something to tell you.
This is actually a really good final thing.
Carno and his first wife adopted me. At that time, he was a good man, respected by his colleagues, loved by his wife, admired by his audiences. But all that changed when he got the book. He gained immense powers through contact with the black forces. Through the book, he unleashed a demon, an entity so evil it had no name, no worldly description. This thing came to possess Carno, body and soul. Carno became like it. He became very powerful, and his fame and his wealth increased. But he was cursed. He had loved his wife Hortensia and their baby daughter. But all that changed. He became abusive. I don't have proof, but I believe he killed them both. I believe he killed all his wives.
But Malcolm, what happened the night Carno and Marie died?
Carno's final days came when Marie took up with his prop man, Gaston Warwick. Obviously, Marie suspected Carno of committing terrible deeds, with herself as his next victim. Together, Marie and Gaston hatched a plan. He had a new act, an amazing feat of escape. But Marie rigged the machine. Carno couldn't escape. They figured it would kill him. It almost did. For 2 weeks, Carno...
Isn't there supposed to also be a blade?
But then, one night, he awoke, swearing revenge. I saw Carno drag an unconscious Gaston into his theater. There, from within the secret passages, I watched as Carno tortured and mutilated the poor man, leaving him for dead. Then it was Marie's turn. Totally crazed, nothing but pure revenge on his mind, Carno started up that god-awful machine, that awful contraption, and before my very eyes, I saw Marie die. I'll never forget the look of shocked surprise on Carno's face. Poor Gaston was dying. This was his final heroic act.
Would have been a little more heroic, like 2 minutes earlier.
I then saw a demon. That's all I know to call it. Leave his body and disappear through the theater floor. I knew where it was going. Carno knew it too. My only thought was of running away, but I hesitated when I saw Carno going to the same place the demon had gone. I rushed back to the hidden passages, just in time to see Carno carrying the chest which held that evil book. Then, just before reaching the chapel, he stumbled and fell for the last time. I saw him cross himself in the Catholic way before dying. I think he was trying to make his peace with God. I picked up the chest containing that horrid book, and I assume the demon itself, and carried it into the chapel. I really don't know what I thought I was doing, but somehow I felt as if I were containing this cursed evil. I had hoped forever. After leaving the chapel, I then dragged Carno's body back to his secret chamber, where he now lies.
But wait, Carno's not in his tomb?
No, that is Gaston Warwick. He was so mutilated that they all thought he was Carno. I said nothing. I let them think what they wanted.
And what about the demon?
The demon? Oh, that's why I agreed to talk with you. Somehow, it must have been released.
Somehow.
Oh my God. Dawn.
Bing.
What can we do?
The only answer is the accursed book. Oh, with it, you've got to send that thing back to where it came from. Back to the other side. You have seen the book.
Yes.
I thought so. All right, young woman. You're the only one who can do this. Your husband's soul is ensnared. I'm not sure what I can do or what can be done for him. But if you can somehow get close to the demon, here's what you can do. You'll need the book, a holy item, the stone of Hammurabi, and the blood of a sentient being. Now, take the book and...
I kind of wish they'd let that part of the speech play out. Like, yeah, her hand can't do that. Okay. Well, we have the holy object. Adrienne is just chock full of the blood of a sentient being. But I do assume it will be one of our supporting cast members being murdered, and we'll get their blood. We know where the book is. It seems unlikely that the Luann's Antiques in Nipawamset has the Stone of Hammurabi. But that's the big missing piece. Oops. Jeez, okay. So that was pretty much chapter 6. But I'll just stop here. Because I said I would. I should be a person of my word. Because I'm kind of hungry. I don't want to check on Danielle about her knee and all that. There are lots of reasons. But okay. This was a really compelling 3 chapters in this story. And that's a great spot to stop. Exactly. We know sort of what we must do. And I guess maybe Adrienne knows more than us at this point. There's a little bit of disjunct between the player and the character. Okay. Looks like we'll find out how much present-day horrifying violence is coming next week. And I think... I feel bad because Cedric, when I mentioned that I was going to do, altered King's Quest titles for all the episode titles, Cedric offered the brilliant Absinthe Makes the Heart Go Yonder, which I was going to use just sequentially. But if next time is the last one, I should skip ahead and do Scare Today, Gone Tomorrow. But let us all remember that Cedric came up with a great pun on Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder. Okay. I told Cedric I would stop at I was going to stop at the end of chapter 5, and then I accidentally did chapter 6. But he can watch that. Fortunately, that part on video on demand is just me watching cutscenes in a game that he's seen before. So that part's okay. All right. Yeah. A lot depends on sticking the landing, but I'm really, really impressed with this game. And I'm really excited to find out how it all goes down. I assume chapter 7 will be a nighttime chapter. Okay. So check it out. Greg has another nephew. We already had to say it's going to be Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday again this week because Greg has a nephew birthday on Friday to go to, I think. And then also, we got to do Greg and James Beat 'em Up on Monday because of another nephew birthday. So Greg and James Beat 'em Up will be tomorrow evening, our hip-hop themed episode. Kaneko's B-Rap Boys and Atari's Guardians of the Hood. So that should be something. You don't want to miss that one. Then, like I said, Friday Night Frosthaven on Thursday. And then throughout the week, not sure exactly when. Well, on Thursday, I guess, I'll be doubling up with my current plan because we'll be doing some Ultima 7 Part 2 Serpent Isle Thursday afternoon. And then I'm on vacation and I got nothing going on and got nowhere to go. Other people my friends all have jobs that don't just put them on vacation at the same time as me. So I'll definitely have time for some streaming, and the things that'll happen spontaneously during the week will be Wizardry Gaiden 4, Throb of the Demon's Heart, and then possibly the 30-minute retro review show I keep on talking about doing, and then maybe some Lolo, maybe... Oh, Danielle's calling. Terrible timing. Just hang tight 1 second. And we're back. I might play some Lolo. I've been playing Adventures of Lolo Famicom Edition, which is the same game engine as North America's Adventures of Lolo 2, but a different set of puzzles. I got about halfway through the first time I played, and I haven't touched it in like a month or so. Perhaps I'll dive into that. And that's what's on the agenda. And then next Saturday, Dark Sun Shattered Lands. Feels like we're on the downslope now, but there's at least one more village to win over to the Alliance. So there's a little bit more, definitely a little bit further to go, but the cleric's approaching the level cap, and just the world map can't be that big. Maybe one or two more villages. So like we're not finishing on Saturday. I doubt. But we're getting closer to the end. And then before you know it, it'll be Sunday again. Time to put a pin in this one and see it through to the end. And if that happens really, really quickly, I'll probably start up Sweet Home so we can transition directly into our next Haunted Mansion horror game with a totally different feel. Sweet Home, if anyone doesn't know, is the sort of ancestor of Resident Evil. It's a Capcom adventure RPG for the Famicom, but exploring a mansion full of puzzles and monsters. And it has the famous door opening animation scene, even though it doesn't have load screens. It's got that animation. It was quite Resident Evil or Biohazard or whatever it's called in Japan. Quite literally started as like a remake of Sweet Home before they went in a different direction. So that'll be fun. But especially excited to see this one through to the end. All right. Awesome. Hey, if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, can't hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're maybe or maybe not saving Don's soul, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.